Hey y'all, what's up? So in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how I make my 3/4 wigs with a closure as well as installing it. So what you first want to start off by doing is making sure that you have your closure in place and then sew down each end of the closure just to make sure that it's exactly where you want it. From there, what I do is I go along on one side and just continue to do the loop and stitch method all around the closure until I get towards the end.
The best part from us. Spotlights faded, hanging on by phrases. Checked them each time just to catch your eye. You were too smart not to show it. Maybe I wasn't listening.
Next, what I do to secure the edge of the closure, instead of pulling the needle through one final time to create a loop, what I do is I wrap the thread around the needle about 3 times just to create a knot, which secures the closure in place. This is what the closure looks like after everything is completed and sewn down. As you can see, I went over it about 2 times just to make sure that it is secure. What you can do from here is just begin to sew the weft onto the actual dome cap. As you can see, I use the same method that I used to sew down the closure to sew down the hair. I create a knot by sewing through the dome cap and the wefted hair, and then I wrap the thread around the needle about 3 times, pull it through, and then I continue to use the loop and pull method to sew down the rest of the hair. When I find myself running low on thread, I use that same knotting technique by wrapping the thread around the needle 3 times, pulling it through, creating a knot, and then I cut off the excess thread and just rethread my needle. I use this same method when I get towards the edge of the wefted hair. I sew through the dome cap and the wefted hair, wrap the thread around the needle about 3 times to create a knot, and then I cut off the excess hair. This is what the wig looked like after I was about halfway done. This was one complete pack. As you can see, everything is really nice and neat. I just continue to do the same thing up until I get to the closure. Here what I'm doing is I'm placing that last track as closest to the closure as possible. What you want to do is sew through the weft and through the closure just to make sure that you pull the two together. You're sewing both the weft and the closure to one another just to make sure that there's no gap between the two. Doing this method ensures that there are no spaces between the closure and your very last track. And then this is what it looks like after everything is completed. Next I'm going to show you guys how I actually install it.